Perplexity AI has become a potential hot date for big tech. Valued at around $14 billion and tipped as the next gen search engine, rumor has it that Meta tried buying Perplexity before they made their ginormous investment in Scale AI. And now Apple is quietly exploring a bid. But what is driving this frenzy and what does it mean for the larger AI landscape? Stick around as we unpack the Perplexity saga. Founded in 2022, Perplexity AI reimagines web search by using large language models to deliver direct conversational answers along with verifiable sources. Because users, and especially the younger demographic, are growing increasingly impatient with traditional search results, Perplexity's streamlined interface and trust signals have driven rapid adoption. Therefore, in their latest seed round, investors have valued Perplexity at $14 billion, touting it as a potential challenger to Google. With that promise on the table, big tech has taken notice, leading to whispered acquisition talks, starting with Meta. According to reports, Meta engaged in early discussions to purchase Perplexity before finalizing its over $14 billion bid in Scale AI. But Meta ultimately pivoted to invest in Scale AI, aiming to bolster data labeling capabilities for its own AI ambitions rather than buying Perplexity outright. Because Meta was frustrated with the pace of its own AI development, needed proven talent and technology, talks with Perplexity surfaced. But strategic and pricing gaps kept the deal from going through. Therefore, Meta's investment in Scale AI reflects a backup plan. Secure critical infrastructure while still scouting other targets like Perplexity. Not to be left out, Apple has also entered into the fray with its own internal discussions. Bloomberg and other outlets report that Apple executives, including their M&A head and services chief, Eddie Q, held early internal talks about acquiring Perplexity. Because Apple seeks to bolster its AI capability, potentially even integrating AI-driven search into Safari, reducing their reliance on Google, it views Perplexity as a potential strategic asset. But these discussions remain preliminary, with no formal offer on the table or really even engagement with Perplexity's management. Therefore, while Apple's internal interest signals how coveted Perplexity is, any acquisition would need to clear hurdles on valuation, integration strategy, and regulatory scrutiny, particularly given Apple's large cash reserves, but caution on big M&A deals. So what do these flirtations tell us about the broader AI rate? First, the rush on Perplexity signals how crucial AI-driven search is becoming. Meta's move towards Scale AI shows a dual path. Invest in infrastructure while eyeing talent/tech acquisitions. And Apple's talks underscore its urgency to catch up in AI services beyond hardware. Because Perplexity sits at the intersection of search, generative AI, and user trust, acquiring it could accelerate integration of conversational AI into flagship products. Therefore, if Meta or Apple eventually land a deal, it could reshape user habits, potentially taking traffic away from Google, embedding Perplexity's tech into billions of devices. Conversely, a standalone Perplexity continuing to grow could partner with multiple platforms, maintaining independence while licensing its AI search layer widely. But high valuations and competitive sensitivities mean any acquisition must align with long-term strategic goals, balancing cost against potential disruption of existing partnerships such as Apple's search deal with Google. Therefore, watching how these talks evolve and whether Perplexity raises further rounds or partners with other tech giants will be key to anticipating broader shifts in AI-driven search and broader digital ecosystems. Perplexity AI has emerged as the hot date in the tech world. Whether it stays independent or becomes part of a tech titan, its core innovation, conversational source-backed search, will influence how users discover information and how companies compete in AI. Do you think Perplexity will ultimately be acquired? If so, who would you like to see at Perplexity? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, like and subscribe for more content and more context.